What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank. This is another episode of Roadie Reactions, and today we're going to be checking out the latest music video from a new up-and-coming band out of Germany called FLOYA. And I don't know too much about these guys. One, because they are brand new, but two, because this is only my second time ever hearing them. We first checked them out while we watched their first music video, Wonders, on one of my Twitch streams. One of our viewers requested it. We watched it, and I loved it. It had a lot of soul, a lot of vibe and groove. It was not what I was expecting, but I enjoyed it enough that I said next time these guys come out with a video, I'm absolutely featuring it on the YouTube channel. So here we are. Now, there are a couple things that I read about these guys. One, they recently announced a signing with a rising empire. And I do know that this is billed as like a two-piece project, the singer and the guitarist, even though there is a drummer in the videos with the group. But the two guys in the band are ex-members of The Valuator and ALAZKA. Two bands that I'm familiar with by name, but I've never really listened to a lot of their music, if I'm being honest. But if their old bands sound anything like this that I've heard so far, I definitely need to go check that out because I like it. And as far as I know, I don't think there's an album or an EP or anything like that announced yet. We just have two singles. And the one we're about to check out is the newest one. So I will link this original video in the description below. And today, I'm once again going to be listening to FLOYA, and for the very first time, checking out their brand new music video for their song, The Hymn. Let's go! And right away, trigger warning for flashing lights, so if anybody watching has any issues, maybe don't watch the video. Just listen and enjoy.
I hope you understand that I cannot stay. Don't expect you to feel the same. There's a dream that I have to chase.
Dude, that snare tone is so good. That chorus actually took me by a little bit of a surprise because of how up-tempo the verses and stuff were. I was expecting that to carry into that chorus, so when it kind of went into that halftime, it was kind of cool. It caught me off guard. It was unexpected, but it was very cool. The overall sound of this so far, man, I'm loving it. This is like good, easy listening for me, and I don't mean easy listening as in a bad way, like this is simplistic music or anything, because it's really not, man. I'm a huge fan of the guitar work going on and a lot of the vibe and a lot of the effects that the guitarist is choosing for everything. And the tones on all of this sound massive, and they're great all around. And that is to be expected because from what I read, the drummer in this group, who I guess on a technicality is not like officially listed as a band member, but I know he's majorly involved. I believe he's the owner or at least a producer and sound engineer at Embark Audio, who has worked on stuff with ALAZKA, The Valuator, bands that the other two guys were in, as well as bands like Breathe Atlantis that we've checked out on this channel. So if you've got somebody in your band that's an audio engineer, of course it's going to sound good. Drum kit wise and cymbal wise, I really can't see what he's using. Although one of the badges on his rack tom looked very much like a Truth Drums badge. And Truth Drums is an American drum company that's been around for, I think, almost 20 years or so. That's super popular in like the Christian metal market in the US. I kind of find it hard to believe that would be a Truth kit. It might be DR Customs because they're out of Germany, but I don't think their badges look like that. I'll try and look into it and find out. That would be wild if he was using a Truth kit. And then their guitar player, pretty simple actually. Just a classic Fender Stratocaster. And then in the back, I don't know if it's what he recorded with, but in the video, we've got a Marshall stack. And it looks like, just from the knob layout, it looks like one of the newer JVM models. And Marshall, of course, one of the most legendary amp companies in the music industry, was formed by Jim Marshall in 1962 in London, has been a standard for bands, like a lot of rock and metal bands, for, I mean, what, 60 years? Literally, this year, 60 years. And the names of the Marshall amps, like JVM, JCM, JMP, JTM, those are actually all acronyms. So the JVM stands for James Victoria Marshall. Victoria is Jim Marshall's daughter's name. And then the JTM is James Terry Marshall. Terry is his son's name. And then JMP is, I think, Jim Marshall Products. And then JCM is James Charles Marshall, which is Jim's full name. So just a cool little tiny piece of trivia there. And then vocally, I just love this whole thing. Honestly, this is just good music. Really quick, I was just thinking in my head, why does this sound so familiar? Why does the overall sound of this sound familiar? It's a 4-chord song. And we joke about this a lot in the music industry because most pop, country, mainstream rock are all built around similar chord structures because it's what people are used to. It's familiar to people. It's easy to digest. This song, while there is intricate guitar work going on, is definitely built on that like 4-chord pop structure, which is smart because it's a very familiar sound to a lot of people. And you see that a lot in songwriting. Love that pickup. Nice. I dig it, man. For me, this is just feel-good vibes music, man. This is something that I could just turn on at any time, around anyone. Like, you know, I listen to a lot of metal, and my wife doesn't like all of it, especially when we're in the car and I'm trying to turn on, like, Lorna Shore or something like that. But this is something that I think she would love as well. So this is just good all-around, good vibes music that I could listen to at any time. I'm all for it. Already can't wait for an EP or an album from these guys, but let's go talk more about it. So as I mentioned when we were doing the actual reaction, the audio production quality on this is super top notch to me, man. I mean, everything all around in terms of just the actual tones on all the instruments were awesome, man. Especially on the drums. Everything popped. Everything was super, super, super crisp. And I liked a lot of the guitar work that was going on as well. There was lots of different layering and lots of different vibes going on. And again, their drummer is from Embark Audio, so I wouldn't be surprised that this sounds as good as it does. Video-wise, I personally love videos like this where I get to see the whole band. I've said that many times because I like to see the gear they're using. I like to see them move around. I like to see what they look like. So for me, this is pretty much a perfect music video. I also liked the overall color scheme. I liked some of the little aesthetics that they did with, like, you know, the plants or the foliage or whatever on the amps and the mic stand and stuff. It just looked good. It sounded good. And I mean, as I said, this is, for me, this is just feel good music. This is something I can turn on at any time, regardless of what I'm doing, and just be in the mood for it. I can't think of any time where I just wouldn't want to listen to this, to be honest. And I'm already super hyped for an EP or an album from these guys because I liked the first single, I liked this one a ton, and I can't wait to see what these guys put out next. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it too, and I'll throw links to all their social media and all that stuff in the description of this video so you can keep up with them if you would like to. But if you're new to the channel, feel free to click subscribe. I release new videos all the time. If you enjoyed this one, you could like it, you could share it, you can do whatever you want with it, but most importantly, thank you very much for taking the time to watch it. I'm on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server, I have a Twitch that I stream on. So if you're interested in hanging with us on any of those, I'll throw links in the description as well. My handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so very much for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.